Welcome back, friends. Today I'm going to be doing a post-stretch phase defoliation, or what's commonly referred to as a mid-flower defoliation. So what I'm going to be doing today is removing the lower 1/3 of this plant's fan leaves and also some of the shoots that aren't going to produce buds as big as I personally want them. We're going to kind of go step by step here on what to remove, what to keep, and kind of some of the reasons that we do this. For example, the fan leaves here in the lower third are older than 6 weeks already. At that point, they're actually consuming more energy than giving the plant, because this light intensity of an indoor grow light's just not really going to be reaching these fan leaves down here. And although they've done a great job at being solar panels for the plant earlier in veg, at this point now it's a net negative to leave these fan leaves on. There's two different methods you can do for this. If your leaves are snapping off really easily like mine are, you can just use the hand technique, and wow, look at the size of that fan leaf for an indoor grow. Massive, okay? So you can do that technique, or if they're not snapping off quite as easily, what you can do is the slide and snip technique with just some trimmers. You grab a piece of the length of that leaf and just slide towards the base of your shoot, and of course just clip away. So a little bit faster if it's working with your hands and you don't have any sort of allergy to prevent you from touching these leaves. But essentially we're just going to come in here, and so the plant, that's about the height of the plant here. I'm going to take probably everything from about here down off of the plant. So this one definitely going to take, this one's kind of reaching a spot that has access to direct light. So although it's almost, the base of that is below that 1/3 line that I want to take off, I'm actually going to leave this because I think it is still catching some good light for this plant. So again, the lower ones, pretty obvious which ones to take off. As you get higher in the plant, it's more of a judgment call. So the rule is for us, if it does look like it's getting direct light, you can leave it unless it's blocking a bud site. If it's blocking a bud site, we kind of want the leaves around that bud site, and that bud site, of course, to get that light exposure. Now, if you're somebody who likes to make hash and you're washing your plant, you might want to leave all the lower shoots that are producing buds. I personally prefer just flower and big buds that are easier to trim. So a branch like this, which is trying its best to reach out and get some light, but it's still, 18 inches below the canopy height, that's not going to get me buds that I'm going to want to trim. You know what, if I got to harvest and I found something like this, I would obviously keep the bud. It's not that I don't want the bud, but trimming a bunch of branches like this when you don't really necessarily need that much, it's a lot of time consumption. So it's not really the trade-off I'm looking for with my grow technique and what my needs are. Here is an example of a leaf covering a bud site. So see this bud site here, it's a little bit ways down the canopy, but it's still going to be getting direct light, and this fan leaf is keeping kind of the light away from it. So I'm actually, although this is higher up, I'm still going to remove something like that. You always want to leave the top fan leaves on each branch, so like I'd never touch leaves like this, but something that's kind of mid canopy and blocking a top cola on one of the lower branches, I'm likely to get rid of a fan leaf like that. Now, I would say this task is a little bit boring, and one of those ones that you'll definitely want a podcast or a movie or music on in the background. Of course, helps if you do have some previously harvested homegrown to help get you through it. But I do think it is important, even though it's probably, I would say, the most labor intensive part of how I grow, aside from, of course, the final trim. Worth doing in the end. You get just fat colas, super easy to trim. A lot of the fan leaves are obviously gone already, so you don't have to worry about dealing with them when you're harvesting and hang drying. So another reason that we do this is because It reduces some of the microclimates inside the plant that pests like. So hopefully you don't have any pest issues indoors and you're keeping a pretty clean space. But if you do have pests in there, they're going to want to look for those microclimates that the inside of that really bushy plant creates. So taking off little shoots like that don't have a chance at getting near the top of the canopy. Even something as big as that, I don't necessarily want it, and the energy that the plant was going to put into fully developing this branch is just going to be dispersed elsewhere in the plant. You should at least try this once to see the results for yourself. All right, that is it for her haircut. This is everything I took off. Yes, it looks aggressive. Do it if you think that you've seen me grow big buds before, because I do this on every single grow. And if you haven't done it and you're like, oh, you shouldn't do this, blah, 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 just give it a try once. Anyways, until next time, happy growing. That is what I call a post-stretch, mid-flower defoliation.